If you do business in UAE and you have not filed the corporate tax return for 2025, then do check out this video. Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh and I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and today we'll be discussing about the corporate tax return. So let's say that you are registered in UAE, and even if you make zero profit or you qualify to pay zero taxes as per the small business relief or the qualifying free zone relief, that does not exempt you from filing your corporate tax return. It is mandatory for you to file it, otherwise you'll be incurring heavy penalties. So in order to avoid that, we'll be discussing today on how to file it and what will be your tax period and what are the complications and consequences of not filing the tax return. So firstly, let's talk about the tax period first, because that will determine what will be the due date for you to file your corporate tax return. So suppose January 2025 till December 2025 is your tax period. So you get 9 months from the end of the tax period to file your corporate tax return and pay your corporate taxes. So even if you have no taxes to be paid to the government, you still need to file your corporate tax return. So 9 months from the end of December 2025 will be 30th September 2026, and by that date you need to file your corporate tax return. So now we have established that it is mandatory for you to file your corporate tax return. Let's talk about the reliefs that are available to you so that you better understand your tax compliances in UAE. So the first one is your small business relief. So if your turnover or your revenue does not exceed 3 million dirhams, then you don't have to pay any taxes. And the second one is the qualifying free zone person relief. So you need to satisfy 5 conditions, and those are very important. If you do not satisfy any of the conditions, you will not be eligible to claim free zone person relief. And if you wrongly take the relief, the FTA can levy heavy penalties on you. So the first one is you have to maintain adequate substance in UAE. The second one is you need to derive qualifying income. The third one is you need to satisfy the de minimis rule, which says that non-qualifying income should not be more than 5% of your turnover. And the fourth one is you need to prepare audited financial statements. The fifth one is you need to maintain transfer pricing records, documentations. And the last one is you should not elect for the normal tax regime, which says that if your net taxable income, which means revenue less expenses, and after adding back any expenses that are disallowed by the tax authority, whatever is the net taxable income, if that is less than 375,000 dirhams, you need to pay zero taxes, and anything above 375,000 dirhams, you need to pay at 9% tax. So you should not elect for this normal tax regime. So if you satisfy all these 5 conditions, you will be eligible to claim this qualifying free zone person relief, and you don't have to pay any taxes on it. There are a lot of things that needs to be considered under this scheme, so I'll be making further videos on it so that it gets easier for you to understand. And apart from this, I think you need to be aware about certain potential tax obligations or certain implications that your company can incur. For instance, if you're making any payments to your subsidiary or you're making any payments to your connected persons, which can be the manager of the company, the officer of the company, any person related to the company, you need to maintain a transfer pricing document, which means that you need to get some benchmarking done for any transactions that took place during the tax period. It's very necessary and mandatory for you to do that. It's better to know about your compliances, your obligations, so that you don't have to worry later on once the tax authorities conduct any audits or raise any flags on your disclosures and your returns. So that's all from my side. And if you have any issues or queries related to the corporate taxes or your first tax return in UAE, please feel free to connect with me, and I'd be happy to help you.